for nutritionals.
This is Ask the Boss Says. Doug has a series Ask the Boss on his YouTube channel, which I'm going to link down below.
So I think this is episode 14 for me, if you're following along, and we're going to be all over the Tiger Fitness site with these questions too. Good questions, people that sent in this month.
This is actually a good question because we can't give specific advice to youngsters because, well, they're minors and Doug's not allowed within 1,000 feet of elementary schools due to some past problems. So anyway, what advice would you give to a beginner who's a young teenager, 13 to 15 years old? Straight from Doug Miller's Instagram, man. Ooh. 13 to 15. 13 to 15.
Advice in what sense, I wonder?
I'm guessing advice in gains.
In gains?
I'm guessing since it was sent to you and you're the king of gains.
So, one is focused on the food, right? I'm sure that they're probably wanting to know what supplements they can take as a kid, because I get that question a ton.
I would really not even say anything about supplements.
Yeah.
Although, I will say, I have a daughter who's 10, which isn't too far off, and post-workout nutrition, since she is an athlete and she trains very hard, I always give her protein and carbs post-workout.
Yeah.
I believe that's key for a training youngster. But as far as supplements, dude, you're a kid. You don't need any.
I mean, from 13 to 15, I think a good multivitamin, because honestly, most kids are not eating the greens and everything else that they should be, and a protein shake. I mean, I know we don't do it often, but like my little son, he already enjoys a protein shake. Not like we're giving him like 30 grams of protein out of a shot, but like, I think they're safe and effective for even kids. I mean, your kids, take them. So I think a good protein supplement at 13 and 15, I don't even think you need things like creatine and BCAAs. I think once you become a little bit further along in high school, you're talking like, junior,
16,
sophomore, junior, senior year. I think creatine monohydrate, I think a BCAA, but beyond that, it's food. It's really understanding that you need to fuel your body. That's where I lacked it when I was in high school.
Likewise.
It's just like I didn't have the size. I had some talent, but like, and I trained my ass off, but I never recovered because eating was an afterthought. I just wasn't a big eater. So I'd just be like, I'd swim literally 10,000 yards, and then I'd come home and eat like half a hamburger. Just because, I didn't know.
I was the opposite. I'd eat like 7 Big Macs. So I think that just knowing, and it's common, it would be common sense to us, but to assume it's common sense to anybody else is ridiculous, in that, an apple is going to be healthier than a Pop-Tart. I know I said Pop-Tart. Or
ketchup packets.
Chicken breast is going to be healthier than a McDonald's hamburger. Make wise food choices. If you're trying to gain mass, if you're trying to maximize your leanness, if you're not, let's keep in mind also, above 60 or 70% of youth are obese. So we also need to factor in, it's not just eat big to get big, because we don't want a bunch of fat kids.
Yeah, but I mean, at 13 and 15, I mean, if you're training hard, the occasional Big Mac or whatever, like, I wouldn't sweat it. Like, you don't have to eat full-on bro stuff, you know what I mean?
Here's another thing. Don't weigh your food, don't count your macros.
If you're hungry,
If you're hungry, eat. Just make wise choices. And I want to get a little nerdy on the training side. At that age, I don't want you using any open chain movements, which is like leg extension, leg curl. I want you doing stuff that utilizes your entire body, squats, lunges, where your body's open, because in that developmental phase, while you're not going to stunt your growth or anything crazy, I just want to make sure that you maintain your mobility and everything, and those movements are very healthy for your core and your overall health and structure for your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, I think 3-4 times a week max.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at that age, I think 3 times a week is plenty, honestly.
Play a sport.
Play a sport and play multiple sports. Even at that age, you're starting to, at 13 to 15, you're starting to get into that specialization type of age. But if you're a young kid or even a parent of a young kid, if you're pushing your kid to be a superstar golfer or a baseball player, you're probably doing them a disservice because they've developed those movement patterns. They kind of get ingrained in them, and they lose some of the balance, the full athlete development.
Oh, and don't overlook burnouts. Between the ages of 12 and 13, 75% of all youth girl soccer players at the travel level drop. Why? They burn out, and of course they find boys, which I don't want to hear about because my daughter's 10. So regardless, those are, from training to diet to supplementation, I think sound advice to go by. And be wary of what you read on the internet, because there's some guys saying whatever it takes and do this and do that. I'm sure you've read this. Listen to guys who are more pragmatic, who have children, who care about living and not dying like us.
Yeah, and if your 5-year-old has a 6-pack, you have a severe problem.
Yeah. Yeah,
like that's messed up.
Yeah, I didn't start drug use in my kids till 7.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm responsible like that. But anyway, guys, those are some sound principles. We can obviously probably talk about this for 10 days. I can go outside on the field in the gym and show you guys proper movement mechanics for youngsters. But at the end of the day, just be really cognizant of the right food choices, the right supplement choices, and of course, training for functionality. And those are things you can learn about, well, everywhere.
I got nothing to add. That was beautiful.
That's not a game.